fire don't enter another store for down, no. No fire service they call Jesus.
OBA market, fire enter. Benin Traditional Council make a pronouncement regarding this Iyaloja that is on ground all this while on Tuesday. On Wednesday, fire enter OBA market. They say witch fly yesterday night. The next morning, the king by. Who do you think everybody will suspect? I'm not saying that the Iyaloja, I'm not saying not be there. But one thing I want to tell Senator Monday Okpebholo, the executive governor of Edo State, is that when somebody who present that weakness to the opponent, there's no way where they're not going to see and finish. There's every possibility that this same fire will happen so, and that same Iyaloja set of people, that so long as it not reach their hand, it will make all market not a marketable place for our market women to trade their goods and services. There's also another heavy possibility, say some persons just want to use and set them up. They don't know one, they don't know two. There's another possibility, say same APC people who so much believe that PDP they tackle them every now and then. Let us do this one so that we will pull our life for PDP head. But we don't see so many situations where some politicians, simply because they want to get public sympathy, because in one blackmail, the best way that they gotta compete, go carry explosive, go put for a house. The moment it happens, go carry newsmen come, say opposition won't buy me. And at the end of the day, people will come to see say now opposition, maybe bad person, not knowing that now him use and set that one up. There's every possibility, say, if you be saying APC people. Now, there's still possibility, say, now the same set of PDP who do not want this government to be more better than the previous ones. As a result of that, it won't happen. There's also every possibility, say, same APC people who gather work to make sure that this government enter power. As they enter, they don't remember them again. As a result of that, they say, if you don't add us, join your government, we will spoil them for you. There's every possibility, say, people where they give ticket, may they go sell ticket before, where they eventually say, no, stop, we won't redo this thing again. So that at the end of the day, now we say, some group of persons just carry money enter house while government is borrowing to fix the state. There's every possibility, say, not there. There's every possibility, say, not be still them. So at this point, I want to beg the executive governor of the state, if peradventure, all these marketplaces, they put fire all this while, once it burn, they will gather money again, they'll go build them. And those money where they gather, not be their personal money, not taxpayers' money. As we speak, waiting the governor they do at the moment, several roads, federal road that leads to Edo State, so that anybody where they can go, if you say Edo, fine. But if you check within Benin City Metropolis, KRO and every other area, you will discover say road not there. Once rain fall now, everywhere don't block. If such money where they want to use to rebuild this market, where somebody buy himself or maybe naturally occurred, burn down, that same money they can use either to build school or use and take tie road, it will add to the value of this government and the development of our dear state. So as a result of this, they set up panel of inquiry. So I believe, say, as big as OBA market, they not say they not get security. Which part of the market starts the fire? The security men, they have to get them arrested. Because if security day, fire enter the market, or rather they steal for the market, the security men need to answer some questions. How this thing they start? By the time security give their own statement, then we might all equally know which area and how the fire started. Because if we just believe, say, no matter where they are upon this way, this might just be the beginning. They might likely want to use OBA market to start. Don't be so shocked. The next market they are targeting, now New Benin, Edaken, Ekyosa, and the rest. By the time it begins to occur like this, have it at the back of your mind. Edo State will suffer so much. Because as we speak, governor, wife, children, they don't get shocked for OBA market. Now our mama, our brother, our sisters, our aunties, now their goods and services, money where they borrow to the trade. Christmas is fast approaching, December. Sometimes, now during that December period, they return money where they borrow. Imagine now somebody just wake up, doing legitimate business. All of a sudden, they say fire, you burn the goods and services. How do you expect such person that? And this one has state that is doing everything possible to discourage people from going into any source of crime, Yahoo, kidnapping, and the rest. But the ones that are doing legitimate business, who no one go into crime, how secure is their businesses? And these are some of the things where the government go put in place. Otherwise, when they happen like this, some of them will be left with no choice than to agree, say, whether anybody like it or not. Somehow, someday, you must buy. As a result of that, they want to take the laws into their own, which I'm not in full support of. So at this point, Your Excellency, please stand up to your responsibility. There is no security in Edo State. Try to brace up so long as security is concerned. Every name so far mentioned by me, be it APC, PDP, the Yaloja, Agberu people where they remove from office and every other thing, all of them have to be brought into this. They are all suspects, even those ones in your government house and the rest. Otherwise, if you fold your hands like this, that nobody is held accountable for this or take responsibility for this fire outbreak, have it at the back of your mind. In the next 2-3 months, something of this nature, God forbid, might equally happen. Because once they test you, say you are weak, you can't take drastic action, there's no way we will not to push you around. And I pray that shouldn't be. And as a governor, most times, it's not about me acting as a tyrant that will tell the world that equally you know exactly what you are doing. You are a complete gentleman. But the fact that you are a complete gentleman doesn't mean so many things that ought not to be taken for granted should be taken for granted. Now, as for our Benin Traditional Council, we know the importance of those iyekis, those market women, to our culture. Whatever is happening now, it might not affect the ruling class. It's affecting those who are paying homages to the palace, which is the iyekis, the market traders, and the rest. Now, I want them to take this responsibility upon themselves, if possible, spiritually. All the Gohens in the Edo South, we should bring them to the upper palace. Look for a way to make pronouncement that if you know who planned that fire, you hear them. Somebody where they send, you even have an idea about it. Try as much as possible, go and confess to the appropriate authority. But if you not do one so and so day, they swear put. I know say some person if you say, no, they will happen, and so they sweat for courtesan and all that. Up till now, these things still they thrive. Do you know why sometimes things like that they happen? They swear. If you be courteous, if you buy people again, the same method, now they will still buy you. And out of deaf ears, you can't go do one. Don't you think tomorrow, that's a juju with they swear, they will still make another person come buy you? I believe that has been the limit crisis on ground. So sometimes people who they stubborn always say, pata will not buy. Pata will buy. Forgetting that before you go buy, sickness must come. And by the time eventually happen, your papa or your mama, who God give you to, who trained you from the onset before you begin to say you want to fend for yourself, don't you think you are putting them in problem? Those are some of the persons you're supposed to consider. Because once your parents don't be 60 and above, it is now your responsibility as a man or woman. See, they train you when you're small. There is need for you to also reciprocate. But by the time your parents can't gather money, train you, time for you to train them back, you don't come there. Don't you think you don't put them for pains? So I want our traditional institution to look into this critically. Because if it can happen to other markets, it will still happen to other markets. And I hope and pray that this should be the last. But one thing I'm so begging for is that there must be some kind of committee set up to look into it properly. Somebody must be held accountable. Now, electricity, or the store where they for the cook, the person lock store, you don't know, say not off the gas or anything waiting they cook or anything. They should investigate it, because by the time you let it go without proper investigation, who do this one now? If you intentionally say that the people send people make it a good one, they go still do another one again. Before you know it, these market women, who they say that the market they train their children for school, most especially the widow, eventually you want to render them businessless. You know they do anything again. And by the time that one is done, it means you are adding to the suffering and pains in the land. Anyway, whatever you think, drop your comment in the comment section once again. Share and follow the page. For the record, Your Excellency, sir, please, someone must be held accountable. Look inwardly. It's not about an opposition. It's not about 2027 election, 2.5 million votes given to Tinubu. Please be on ground and make sure that you use one person to set example so that the rest they go learn. Otherwise, and so this kind of thing go happen and they go scot-free. And are people who are loyal to you, who are obedient to the call, so long as the rule of law in the land is concerned, now then they suffer that.